How to Cook by Linda Ward for TLT. Tomorrow, Leaders Today. Table of Contents: kitchen safety, basic kitchen appliances and utensils, shopping for the ingredients, food handling, cooking tips, setting the table, and plating the food. Kitchen safety: store knives in a wooden block or in a drawer. Never cook in loose clothing and keep long hair tied back. Never cook while wearing dangly jewelry. Keep pot holders nearby and use them. Be careful not to leave them near an open flame. Turn pot handles away from the front of the stove. Don't let temperature-sensitive foods sit out in the kitchen. Raw meat, fish, and certain dairy products can spoil quickly, so refrigerate or freeze them right away. Wipe up spills immediately. Keep the floor dry so that no one slips and falls. Separate raw meat and poultry from other items when you use or store them. This is a precaution to avoid cross-contamination of harmful bacteria from one food to another. Wash your hands before handling food and after handling meat or poultry. Hands can be a virtual freight train of bacteria. Always stay in the kitchen while cooking food. Get a fire extinguisher for your kitchen. It can avert a disaster. You should do your best to prevent a kitchen fire, but sometimes it's out of your hands. So, make sure you know how to use the extinguisher before a fire breaks out. You can't waste any time reading the directions amidst the flames. To use the fire extinguisher, you can use the pass method. P. Pull the pin. This will also break the tamper seal. A. Aim low, pointing the extinguished nozzle or its horn or hose at the base of the fire. S. Squeeze the handle to release the extinguish agent. S. Sweep from side to side at the base of the fire until it appears to be out. Different kitchen fires. Grease. Kitchen fires fall into three general categories: oil or grease fire, aka pan fires. A grease fire happens when your cooking oil becomes too hot. When heating, oil first starts to boil, then they'll start smoking, and then they'll catch on fire. Electric and appliance fires. Most electric fires are caused by faulty electric outlets and old, outdated appliances. Flammable object fires. Anything that is flammable getting too close to a high heat source. Clothing, oven mitts, pot holders, etc. Kitchen fire. Tips: never put hot grease in a garbage can. Keep a metal or glass container near your stove to pour used drippings or grease in to cool before throwing it away. Do not overheat any fat or oil for frying. Use a thermometer to gauge the temperature. Also, it's helpful to know the smoke point and flash point of the oil you're using, as they differ. Keep your stovetop and countertop clean of grease, food, and clutter. Keep spray cans such as vegetable baking spray and air fresh safely away from the cooking area. Do not use extension cords for appliances. Toasters, toaster ovens, microwaves, mixers, etc. They're not always as safe as plugging the actual cord into a proper outlet and may not be equipped to carry the voltage your appliance requires. Clean your toaster regularly, being sure to get old, dry breadcrumbs out. Many toasters have a slip-out tray underneath to catch these, but also turn the toaster upside down to be sure you get out as many as you can. Wearing clothes and sleeves that are close-fitting when cooking. It's too easy for loose clothing to drift close to a burner and ignite. Roll or push sleeves up when possible. If you have frayed or worn out appliance cords or plugs, have them replaced. Keep small appliances such as toasters and mixers unplugged when not in use. Keep flammable objects, hot pads, mitts, towels, dishcloths, aprons, recipe books or cards, and paper towels away from heat sources. Basic kitchen appliances. Appliances: toaster, microwave, stovetop oven, coffee maker, hot plate, refrigerator, dishwasher, blender, mixer, and hand mixer. Utensils: non-stick frying pan, saucepan, stock pot, sheet pan, glass baking pan, knives, measuring spoons, measuring cups, wooden spoons, peeler, whisk, tongs, ladle, cutting board, colander, prep bowls, can opener, cups, plates, and bowls, and serving spoons. Shopping for the ingredients. Make a pantry checklist. Have a budget. Plan out a weekly menu. Check coupons. Check prices of other stores. Always go with a list. Don't go hungry. People tend to buy things out of hunger instead of need. Keep a list on your fridge. When you run out of something, add it to the list. Don't go on one-trip items. Get frozen items and cold items last. You want them to stay cold for the ride home. Safe food handling. Clean. Wash hands and surfaces often. Separate. Don't cross-contaminate. Use different cutting boards for different meats, and don't use meat cutting boards for vegetables. Cook. Cook to proper temperatures. Check with a food thermometer. Chill. Refrigerate promptly. Food must be cooled down before refrigeration, or bacteria can grow, and do not refreeze raw meat. Cooking tips. Start with easy recipes. It will help you to learn the basic and to acquire some self-needed confidence in the kitchen. Keep your kitchen organized. Keep all the condiments, herbs, salt, pepper, etc. in clearly labeled and recognizable containers. Nothing is worse than having a dish with care and love only to find out you use sugar instead of salt. Use only sharp knives. Dull ones can and are dangerous. Make a main dish and some sides to even out the meal. Always have one veggie. Eat the results of your efforts, even the failed ones, not to punish yourself, but to understand your mistakes so to avoid them in the future. This is an example for balanced meals for breakfast. You need fat, carb, and protein for every meal. This is also another example for what foods you can eat for a balanced lunch meal. This is a balanced meal for dinner. Setting the table. Lay the placemat on the table. Put the dinner plate in the middle of the placemat. Lay the napkin to the left of the plate. Place the fork on the napkin. To the right of the plate, place the knife closest to the plate, blade pointing in. Place the spoon to the right of the knife. Note, the bottoms of the utensils on the plate should all be level. Place the water glass slightly above the plate, in between the plate and utensils, about where 1 p.m. would be on a clock face. Plating the food. Remember, your plate is your canvas. Arranging food items using the rule of thirds. Entice the eyes with visual stimulants. Use the sauce as a paint for your plate. Garnish to enhance both appearance and flavor. 25% fiber-rich carbs, 25% protein-rich foods, and 50% fruits and veggies. Thank you for listening to my presentation.